Hello friends, happy Wednesday. Welcome back for another October Daily Live video. Waiting here for my YouTube video to kick on. I should also make sure sound is off. Yes. Oh, and in the meantime, I have some piping hot coffee. I really want to drink it, but it's also very hot. And I don't want to burn myself. All right. There we go. Hello. Oh, I have this in your way. Sorry. There we go. Hello, everyone. Hi, friends. How is your Wednesday treating you? We're a little fuzzy right now. Let's see if it'll clear up. There we go. There we go. We're good. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to Wednesday Live here today. Today it is gloomy once again outside. We're actually supposed to get snow here this afternoon. I don't want snow. I don't want it. I don't want it. It can go away. It's not time. But then we're supposed to warm up and have a nicer weekend. So I guess I'll take that. Today we're going to be working on stories number 16 through 18. So this is going to be the end of album 1 or volume 1 of this album. And then, sorry, you got my cord here in the middle too. So the end of volume 1 and the beginning of volume 2, which I need some opinions. I need some help with a few things to do with starting a new album, which we'll get there, a new volume to this album, which we'll get there in a little bit. Now, Jonah is home sick still. I actually took him to the doctor's this morning. He had a well visit, which just happened to be really good timing, so I could take him in and make sure that he's okay. Turns out he's got a pretty nasty ear infection. He wasn't complaining about his ear, so I never even thought that it could be an ear infection. So antibiotics are called in, waiting for those to be fulfilled so I can go pick them up, hopefully when I pick Izzy up. So, two birds, one stone. But that means that today I will be picking Izzy up from school. Normally my mom watches them on Wednesdays, but because I kept him home, it's just easier for me to go get her. So that's just to say that I will have to be done today at 3 so I can go and get her in time for her school when it lets out. So if whatever we don't finish today, I will finish tomorrow in addition to the layout for today. So story number 16 is using pockets. Story number 17 is using high contrast colors. And story number 18 is using a cut file. So that's what we're going to be doing design-wise today. I'm going to go ahead and turn you to the desk view so we can get a jump start and get going. Let's do this. How's everybody's day going today? What's the weather like where you're at? Is it also gloomy and cold, or is it nicer where you're at? I am craving the 70s weather. Please come back, 70s. Okay. So here we are. The first layout I'm going to be working on today is the design prompt of pockets. So I went through my paper stash right before hitting the button to go live and pulled out a bunch of different pattern papers that I am contemplating creating pockets to hold tags on top of a photo. Let me explain that a little bit more for you. So what I did for this one, I'm going to be documenting the visit we did to the corn maze. I printed off a large photo that's going to span the 2 sides of the album, which is something I just really love to do. I love including large photos whenever possible, whenever and every time I feel like it. So I have a couple of things. I have 2 separate sets of tags. One of them is patterned. So I've got like a stripe, some hearts, some stars, and a skinnier stripe. And then I've also got 4 of these plain manila looking tags. I kept both because I wasn't sure which set I was going to want to use. I am going to cut these down to be smaller than they are here, so that they actually fit with the 3 additional photos I printed. So I've got this one of Izzy and a pumpkin, this one of us on the wagon going out to the corn maze, this one of Jonah in the corn, which I just love that photo. It's really cute. And then this one, which is my journaling for the story. So these are going to go on the back side of the tags, but I don't know which set I'm going to use. We're going to decide on that here in a minute. Then what I want to do is create 4 pockets that will sit on top of this side of the page using pattern papers. So I just pulled out a variety of papers that I can choose from. I'm actually thinking I really like this buffalo check. It's got an orangey red tone, which kind of goes with Jonah's coat over here. So I think I'll do 1 pocket with the buffalo check. And then the back side of this is what? No, I don't want to do that. Then I thought from the same collection, I have this one that says a bunch of different Halloween words. So I'm like, maybe I could use that. Backside doesn't really go, but I could do these 2. And then maybe like this one, I've got, it says Eek Boo on one side, or it's got these pumpkins on the other. I could swap that out and do pumpkins. I think I like this one better. So we'll do these 2. I think I'll save that for another time. And then I definitely want some black. So I was thinking about this black one, which is from the Allie Edwards collection this year. And then I could also use the taupe color. So I could do like these 4. What would that look like here? Or I could do another black one. I've got this brighter orange. Maybe I'll go with the brighter orange. I do kind of like that. I've got this yellowy color, which I feel like, well, it goes okay with these 3. And then it pulls in the color of the corn. So I could do something like that and have them all be variations of oranges and yellows. And then maybe then I definitely prefer those, I think. Or we could forego that one and do some brighter. So do like the orange, the black stripe, and go with something much more bold. Maybe the polka dot. And I could also do the stripe. Or the music notes. What do you think? Should I go with bright colors, these really bold, bright colors? Or should I go with the more muted tones, which would have been these? Those, I feel like this needs, like those are all okay. Maybe you need this one. No. I don't know. I can't decide what I want to do with this. Maybe that one. So we could go real muted or really bold. But I think in either case, I prefer the manila tags. So I'm going to get those tags going. What do you guys think? Should I go muted or bold? Tell me in the comments. And after I get those tags done, we'll go with whatever is the majority vote. That'll be fun. Okay, so put all that to the side for now. Put all that to the side for now. And let's work on these. All right, let me see. Emma, you're ready for bed. Oh no. Temperatures on your side too, huh? That's, it's the worst. So Jonah has had a temperature 2 days. He doesn't have one today, so that's, thank goodness. And then he's just been coughing a lot, and sleeping in our bed and keeping us up. Kelly, 60s there in Dallas in fall weather. Yeah, 60s are, I'll take 60s too. I like 60s. 60s and 70s. Anything less than that is a big fat no thanks. All right, so I'm just going to stick down the photo on here and trim this out into a tag shape. Hello, everybody who has come in. Etienne, Shannon, it's Susan. Cold walking this morning, yeah. You have supported my decision to not go outside today. That's so funny. Oh, getting over the flu. Yep. Sick season is upon us, isn't it? Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is line up one of these other ones so I can get a more dramatic corner cut. And then that gives me my tag. This is totally going to put a hole in the middle of his head, but that's okay. The photo was taken where his head was all the way at the top, so kind of just is the way that it is. So we'll do that. And when I put string in it, it won't be so noticeable. The rest of them, I was able to put enough space up at the top to allow for the hole. It was just that one. But I love that photo, so keeping it. I finally cleaned off my desk yesterday too, all of the glue that was all over it. Because every once in a while it just gets all gunked up. And then I take baby wipes to clean it down, or to wipe it all down, because those take off glue really nicely off of tables. So if you're having trouble getting tape off, baby wipes, I recommend it. I'll just stick these all down first. Okay. I think my tape is finally starting to become nicer, where it actually like comes off without gunking up. It's hard to explain what it does. It almost like sticks to the page and pulls the adhesive off of the backing. So like now, you know, I have to roll this up. Now there's the tape. It was worse at the beginning. It's getting better. It's still not great, but it's getting better at least. There's that one. And this one. And I'll have to decide also if I want to embellish the fronts of these tags or if I just leave them. I might just leave them. I could also stamp on the front of them. Maybe that's what I'll do, is stamp on them. I don't know. I don't have this one totally thought out. Concept, yes. But to completion, maybe not all the way. Okay. Wow, congratulations. You sold your car, your third car last night. Yay, and you're parking in the garage. Yay. That's so exciting. That's such an accomplishment to be able to park in the garage. And such an adult thing to be excited over. like when we were so excited about it, we're like, wow. You know you are an adult when parking in the garage is grounds for celebration. Oh. All right, so then I'm just going to use the one we did of Jonah to be a template for these other tags here. Oops. Okay. Okay, so then I can toss all of this. When you have tags like that are too big, you can always just cut them down. Even a lot of the ones that came in like Allie's kit, I think could be, well, maybe not totally, but you could definitely cut them to where they're shorter. They don't have to stay as big as they are. Okay, 2. Did you come out? Oh no, you're right there. Get off. Okay, and 4. I think this weekend I'm going to be sitting on my couch watching a movie while I hole punch all of the layouts to go inside of volume 1 so I can then put them together and bind them. That will be fun. Okay, so I've got the 4 little tags. So right now they are blank on the front, and I'll decide if I want to do something there or not. And then on the back, they've got pictures and journaling. I probably will do something just because that's really, you know, it is a canvas. It's not boring. It is kind of boring, but it is a canvas for me to do something fun with. Okay, so I saw a lot of votes for muted, and muted is usually something I don't go for. So because of that, let's do it. Push ourselves right out of our comfort zones, and by our, I mean my. So I wrote some notes on here so I could remember how big to cut everything. So the tags are 2 inches by 3.5 inches. 3 of them have the photo, 1 has journaling. So the pockets I need to be, they're going to be 2.25 inches wide by 2.75 inches tall. Now, that's going to be the pocket itself, just the straight up pocket that it's going to sit inside of. So let me sketch this out so you can see what we're doing here. So we've got a pocket, right? A rectangle, which is 2.25 by 2.75. Now, yeah, that's right. Now, in order to make the pocket functional, I need to add a little bit, I need to add basically wings to the side and the bottom. So I can fold it up and stick it down on something in order to make it function as a pocket. Now you can double it, which do I want to double it? Or do I want to just add it directly onto the photo and take up and have less bulk? Maybe we'll double it just because it's a bit easier to do it that way, and it might make a little bit more sense. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're going to add 1/4 of an inch to each side. So I need 1/4 of an inch here, 1/4 of an inch here, which now makes this measurement really 2.75. Then I'm going to create a bottom or a back part that's going to fold in, and that's going to be another 2.75. So this part is also, these are 0.25, 0.25. This right here is 2.75, which means 2.75 and 2.75 is 5.5. So that's what I need to cut out, is a 5.5 tall by a 2.75 wide. Okay. So, trimmer. All right, so let's give this a go with the one pattern that I have that I can actually reprint multiple times. You know, why not? So you are going to be 2.75 inches wide by 5.5 inches tall. Okay, so that is essentially going to become my pocket. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my scoring board here. And I'm going to grab my bone folder. So now, we know that this needs to be scored in the middle at 2.75. So that's going to allow it to fold in half. Then we also need 0.25 inches for the side. And then I'm going to turn this all the way around and go 0.25 inches, so 1/4 of an inch on the opposite side. Okay. So that gives me all of my score lines. So I've got a rectangle, and the 2 wings. To make this work, I'm actually going to cut off the wings part on the back side. So I'm going to cut along the score line here on this little skinny side up to that middle. Right, so we've got those cut there. Then I'm going to trim one side completely off, like so, and the other side completely off. Like so. All right. Then, last but not least, I want to cut off just the triangle here at the top, and then a triangle here at the bottom. That's going to make this easier to fold and adhere together without having the paper buckle. Okay, so we've got that. So this is the front, the back, and the wings. The last thing I want to do before I put this together is to punch out a notch on the front. Now I have this We Are Memory Keepers like thumb. It's like a thumb notch. I don't know what else to call it, but basically a thumb notch. And so I can stick this in here. And what I might do actually is grab my ruler. And this is 2.75. So you would be, the middle of 2.75 is, math. Okay, so, no, you're 2.25, 2.25. So you would be right here is the middle. Okay, that's just gonna help me make sure I actually get my thumb, whatever this is called, in the middle. So we're gonna line that up as best I can. I feel like that's not centered. That feels better. Okay, and I'm gonna punch that out, and that gives me my little notch at the top. You can also just use a circle punch and punch that. Like, I probably should have punched that less. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so then I can fold along that bottom score line and the two sides. And we'll just kind of use the bone folder to get that crease really good. Right? And then when you fold this up, adhere it together, it becomes a little tiny pocket that can hold a tag inside. And it looks pretty cute. Now, I'm not crazy about how fat this, or how big that is. So I've got, do I have another piece of you somewhere? You know what, I do have another piece of this. So I think what I'm gonna do is recut that, redo it. The question is going to be, what if I trimmed the bottom part? So instead of having this be the whole back side, because what I could do is adhere this together and then stick it down on the photo here, right? So have it all adhered, stick it on there. And I want to have 4 of them. So I could do it that way. Or I could potentially trim off the bottom part here. So there's about 1/4 of an inch-ish. I'm just going to pretend that's 1/4 of an inch. It's not, but you know, we're going to pretend it is. And trim that part off, fold that part up. And I could add it like this on here and it would be even less paper bulk, which I think that will actually work. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I think that is going to work. So instead of trimming this to 5.5 by 2.75, I'm going to trim this to, oh, where are you? So 2.75. Let's just add maybe 1/2 an inch. So 2.75, 3.25 by 2.75. That's going to be my measure. I also think this time, let me test something else out here. So let's just pretend for a moment that this is the correct size. Do I still like this just less? So like, if I notched it out like that much, you know, and that was in there. Yeah, I think that's better. Because if I didn't like that, I could also pull out a circle punch and use that instead, but I think this is still fine. Okay, so I'm gonna grab another piece of this paper. I actually had printed this, so this is printed on the matte white photo paper from the digital kit, but I printed it too small for what I wanted to use it for, which was the insides of my album. So actually I'll show you it here. So it's going to go right here to cover up this inside part of my album, but you see how it's too small? That was a mistake. So I actually have another full piece of this that I'm going to use on there instead, so I don't really need that. Okay, here we go. Trimmer, come back. Kelly, so printers. I have a Canon Pixma Pro 100. So a Canon printer. It is the only photo printer I own or have ever owned. And it's now 4 years old, I think, and still prints great. The only thing about the Canon Pixma Pro is that, well, the last time I checked online, it's like, it is unbelievably expensive, or it was at the time when I was looking. So it might still be unbelievably expensive. I want to say I purchased it for like $300 or $350. It was something in that range. And I think now it runs for like $800. It's crazy. So although I love my printer, I love it. I don't know if I would totally, like, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's a great printer. It does a fantastic job. It lasts. I've had 0 issues with it. It's just, that's a really, really, really expensive piece of equipment. So maybe just a Canon printer, but I don't have any experience with any other printer, Canon or otherwise. 2.75, but that's what I use. And then I also use all Canon papers. So I have the Canon Photo Glossy 2 paper is what I use for most of my I want what, 3.25. Oh, this is going to give me enough in case I mess up too. That's nice. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so Canon Photo Glossy 2. I've heard lots of good things about luster paper. I have so much of what I already use that I haven't had the need to invest in anything else. But I've heard good things about that. And then I use the Canon matte white photo paper. I print cardstock. Like, I put my cardstock straight through my printer. I put regular paper, fabric paper, canvas paper. Like, it takes whatever I put into it, which is super nice. Okay, so we'll do that. 3.25. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out all of the all of these rectangles that I need. And then we'll go from there. So this one needs to be 2.75 this way so that the words are the correct direction. Set that big piece to the side. And then this is this way. Okay, so let's back up. There's that. And then same here. We'll go 2.75 by 3.25. Okay. So that gives me the rectangles. Now let's score everything so we can get these made. Hi, Amber. I see you just joined in. Hello, hello. Let me see if you have any other questions. Interesting. Etienne, I'm just reading yours, how you said you like your Epson printer better. Huh. Yes, and that's part of why I haven't gone down the luster paper train yet, because it is expensive. Okay, so we're gonna go there. So scoring on the 1/4 inch side. And then this one now I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. Right? Right. So it gives me a little bit more space at the bottom to fold that up. So we're going to go 1/4, 1/4, and 1/2. And then 1/4, 1/4, 1/2. And 1/4. Quarter and 1/2. Okay. Okay, so now I don't have to take off like the whole side. I'm just going to take off this bottom corner like so, and this bottom corner. And then we're going to do that same angling here to make it easier to fold everything up. Like that. So there's one. Another thing I thought about doing for this pockets prompt, and I might end up doing it later on, potentially, just depending on what stories I have to tell, photos, all that kind of stuff, is I thought about taking a 2x2 page protector and using one row of the twos, so 4 of those 2x2 pockets, and then stitching that onto a larger photo or pattern paper or something, and then I could have actual pockets in here too, like the plastic pockets, which I think would be really fun. So I might do that later. One thing with using a book where I'm going to be spiral binding it is that it would be really it's not that it's too difficult. I think it would just be really obnoxious to punch out the holes in the plastic page protectors, like in the spine of them. And plus it already has holes punched. And what if those holes don't line up with where I need them to go? So I haven't crossed that bridge yet of seeing, can I actually take some of those pre-made pocket pages and add them into this too. But I might not need to. Okay, so those are all prepped. Now we need to bone fold, or not, well, I guess kind of bone fold them, but I also need to get some tape. Well, where's the little tape at? Did I use it all? I must have used all that one. Let's get a new one out. To tape these down, I'm going to be using some double-sided adhesive. I always get mine from scrapbook.com because you can get it in bulk and it's pretty cheap. I have both the 1/4 of an inch and the 1/8 of an inch. For these, I'm going to use the 1/8 of an inch because there's only, a small section for them to fit on. So we're going to fold these back and fold them down. To create the pockets. And then let's find the beginning of the tape. Where are you at? There it is. I'm just going to add this onto the edge. Add this onto the edge. Maybe I want to go this way. More control. And like that. And then what I think I might do is peel this up just a little bit because this can actually, I think it'll fold down and it might adhere to it. Yeah, it does. Okay. And then I'll put a thicker one on the bottom. Or 2. I think I'm going to put one at the top so that it holds down the flap on the photo, making it easier to put in my tag. And then one at the bottom to hold it onto the photo. Okay, so there's one. I just need to notch it. Looking like right there. There we go. They're not going to be perfectly in the middle, and that's okay. I can be okay with that. So there's one. And we're just going to keep repeating that. Cover the pre-made holes with washi or something. I suppose you probably could do that. Or even like a paper, like maybe you could do paper in there? It's possible. Definitely possible. Oh, I just realized I did not. I didn't do that on these. Is it just this one? Yeah. I did a layout similar to this last year where I used, the Heidi Swap collection came with some pockets like these. They're so cute. And they had, you could also do it. You could make your own. If you have some dies that are alphabet dies, you can run this through a die machine. Hers said like OCT for October, and then I think the other one said, maybe it just had like a 3-1 on it. But it was really cute. So then you had like a peekaboo into whatever was inside of the pocket itself. It was really cute. Okay, so then we'll add this on here. I don't actually have, I have a die cutting machine. I have a what is it called? A big shot. I think that's what it's called. It's my mom's and she gave it to me. I don't have very many dies to use with it, and I don't use it that often. I think even if I had dies to go with it, I just don't really use it very much. But I also have a silhouette, so you could do something like that on the silhouette too, I'm sure. Okay, that one looks more in the center. Maybe. Okay, so there's number 2. And then we got number 3. Ooh, this one's a thicker paper. This was a freckled fawn paper from forever ago. I used to get their traveler's notebook papers when I was first starting and I needed a better stash of papers. I don't need a better stash of papers now. I've got plenty. It doesn't take long to accumulate, you know? Oh, this one I missed too. What the heck? How did I miss all of these? Okay, there we go. Did I get them all here? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so then I'm going to pull this up a little bit. Stick that down. No. No. You stay. I just want the backing. Yeah. Okay. And the thicker one. Okay. There's number 3. Oh, wait. Looks about right. Sure. And you can definitely be more precise about that than I am, if you want. Okay. And this is our last one. Then we can stick them onto the photo. I think I probably will, not probably, I would like to embellish at least the fronts of the pockets. I think I'm going to leave the tags. I might just leave the tags and not decorate them. Is that bad? Or should I stamp on them? I don't know. It's just extra effort. Okay, so maybe I'll bring my stamps over. We'll see what's on them. See if anything makes sense. Maybe I'll grab my like October stories by the month ones. Okay, so then here is number 4. Oh, that was my best one yet. Okay, So I am done with these and this and this, and that can all stay over there for now. Okay, and my backup papers. That can just go into my scrap pile. Okay, so here are the 4 tags, or 4 pockets, 4 tags, you know what I mean. Here's my photo. So I want these to go on here. Thinking like that. Maybe like that. Ish. And I think that's really fun. Okay, so I'm going to put my number either right here. Actually, I might put it on. Maybe it should go on a pocket. All right, so I suppose what I'll do is stick down the bottom part of this first. So we'll take off the adhesive on the bottom. And then position it. Thinking like right here. Make sure it's straightish. Press that down. Okay. And then I'm going to come back, remove off the side adhesive here, or backing on the adhesive. And we'll press that down. Okay, so there is one. And I'll just assembly line this and do it the same for all of them. So we're gonna line that up. Looks about right. That gives me enough room to hole punch this. Push that down. Tag goes in, good. Okay. Thinking like, be like right here. Looks fairly even, sure. Okay, push that down. Tag goes in, and one more. Okay, so you go right here. And tag goes in. Okay, so there's our 4 pockets on the page. Now, it's just a question of how to embellish this thing. So, I want to keep you. Let me dump some of this stuff in the garbage. All right, so let's pull out some different embellishments here. These are all too. I want the ones that are not super thick. some over here too. And I should probably bring out. Oops. Oh, come on. I have like a small container. There we go. Of these Allie Edwards ones too, which have more of those muted colors. Not that. Got banners. Okay. And something flat in here. That cool like wood veneer spider web. Okay, so let's see what fits the vibe of this layout. And I also need a number, which I'm thinking I might just want to do something pretty flat because these are already going to add bulk. So I don't necessarily want to add a ton of additional bulk on here. This is for story number what? 16. So what can I do here? Possibly, oh, come on, there we go. So possibly the yellow, which yes is puffy, but also it's not too dimensional. These are not really big enough. Those, like chipboard is more, I feel like, than these. I also have black. That would work there. These are all too small, too small, too small. I don't have any ones, so this wouldn't work, but these are a good size. Okay, so that's all that. I also have some on my on my alphabets a bit. I want the ones that are like the big, which not a lot of you are. All right. No, I don't really want to do that. Okay, so I am thinking either the yellow or the black puffy. So potentially one of those. I suppose I can see, because I might have a plastic. Plastic would be thin enough for 16. 16 I have is, it looks like it's red. Which is kind of, it's not my favorite. Oh, but I have wood. I have a wood one. Okay, I kind of like that. Like the tones of it. And the wood veneer numbers, these are from Colorcast Design from a couple years back. Or it might have been last year. Either last year or 2 years ago. I liked how thin they are. They're very, very thin. All right, so in terms of decorations, does this say magic? Stories. Interesting. I kind of like the way the magic looks. Those just need to go in with all the rest of my die cuts. Okay. So I've got some pumpkins. Those are kind of cute, fit the vibe. The RIP Admit One, kind of fits the vibe. No, none of this. No. Oh, here's another one of those. I like those. I like these too, but not for this one. I've had those for years. If we had somebody whose birthday was in October, those would be so cute. But we don't have that. Okay, that might work. That could potentially work. Here's a smaller one of these. Here's this entry tag. It's kind of cute too. Okay. No. It's too big, but that's cute. That's like something I did a cut file with forever ago, a couple years ago, and didn't use it after I made it. So I didn't make it, I bought it and backed it. But these are kind of cute too. I think there's 3 of them. The other one says monster, right? Candy, spooky. Yeah, there should be another one somewhere that I probably already passed over. That kind of fits the vibe. Did I pass it over already? What the heck? Where in the world? Oh, this one's cute too. The more pumpkins, please. I totally have that somewhere. No, you don't fit in there. Okay, so oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. So I have 3 of those. Okay, so let's just lightly shove all of this back into this pocket thing. Some of it can go in here. Some of it can just go back in here. No rhyme or reason. I think I need to sort through all of my ephemera here and make this like a challenge to use it all up, like whatever's in the pot. Okay, because that would be fun. So, and that's just a bookmark. Now that we have that, let's figure out what to do with this. Okay, lots of options here. Okay, so I kind of like how this banner that says magic fits on here at the bottom. So we could, and I kind of like this like entry tag. I could do it like that, entry tag and this like RIP admit one at the bottom. That's kind of fun. So that we have like eye direction moves. This is very heavy and then it moves down into this spot over here. So then we've got the 16 here at the top. I could, no. No, the answer to that is no. Put that up there. No. Could put that there. About like this. No. Okay, I think just the 16 can go on that one. This one here at the bottom, We could do something like that with it. I kind of like the wood veneer here, so we have more than just the one wood veneer. And at the top of this, no, like I do kind of like the random key. It has no reason, but I kind of like it. Oh wait, you know, on the other side, it's blue. No. Well, maybe not you, but I do kind of like this. And up here, no. We could do, oops, I meant this one. Like some pumpkins there. What would you look like? Ah, okay. I even kind of like that too, because then it's like layered. The RIP. Over here, I like the darker one. I could put in this one, but it is the same color tone as the magic, so kind of don't want to do that. I think that's probably good. I think that's how I'm gonna leave it. It's just like this. I like the wood veneer better than the black and better than the yellow, so we're gonna go with that. And I think this is what this is gonna look like. So let's stick some stuff down. This one, I think, is actually a sticker. Oh, yeah, it is. That's awesome. So we are going to pretend, actually, maybe I will glue this first. Not make you a sticker yet. So we've got RIP, admit one. Which way do I like this better? I could do it like that. That way you can actually see the admit one. I kind of like that better. It's funny, I say kinda when I mean I do. Do you guys ever do that when you're like, yeah, you like sound unsure about something, but really you're not unsure about it? Totally just did that. Okay, so then we will yeah, that's better. Okay, so then we will go like that so that it sticks onto that tag. Looks good. And then add some more tape here. Ugh. All right. Put that in the corner. Like so. I have to decide, do I want to add, I also have some like, well actually maybe I'll use this twine on here. Like, do I want to, getting wild here. The next layout is not, I don't think it will end up being super bulky or anything, which is going to be the last one in the album. Okay, I just broke that. Whoops. Okay, never mind. No string on there. That's okay. We'll do string on these other ones. All right, so let's build these clusters. So this one is gonna go like that. You're gonna go like that. You are gonna go like that. And we'll stick you all down. I really like this. This turned out super pretty, and I'm glad I went with those muted colors because it's different than what I would typically do, but I like that about it. Okay. It gives it a super fall vibe, which is exactly what we were doing, a very fall activity. This was our corn maze. So we live pretty close to 2 apple orchards or cider mills. So we go a couple times throughout the season. So far, we've been to our apple orchard spicers twice, and we're probably gonna go one more time. Well, we'll have to go one more time because we still haven't done the pumpkin picking yet. We haven't gotten our pumpkins. So we'll need to go and do that at some point. So we'll have to go back at least one more time. But we go to the corn maze every year. We do the corn maze, and it's always got a different theme. This year, the theme was American history. So what they do is they have posts throughout the maze that you have to go and find. And on the post will be a picture with like a hint on it. And then on your ticket stub, you've got, I think it's 15 different, ooh, you know what? I actually like that under it. I think even better. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold on. Let me decide. Underneath? Yes. Yes, underneath. Anyway, so you go around and you find the things. They have their little hints on them and pictures to help you figure out which one it is. And then all of the posts have a number on them. So it'll say like 2, world, the largest or tallest building in the US. And then you'll have different options for answers with like a blank where you can write down the number for the answer that goes to it. And once you find all 15 posts, you take that back to the main shop and you get donuts and cider, like 1 cup of cider and 1 donut as a treat afterwards. So we always do it every year. There's a new theme, and it's kind of fun to go back and look at my past projects to see all of the different themes that they've had. All right, so this is the layout. It looks super good. I'm going to put this on here. I just want to decide if I want to add any of my stamps, which I put some of my stamps somewhere else. I want to stamp anything? Like, none of that makes sense. No, none of those. Maybe, though, like these. Like this one that says, well, let's just pull one out and see what this looks like. Like, is this, so I could do, like the circle. With like October stories. What else do we have? No. I could do like a bat on there. That could be kind of cool. Do I have any other? Let's pull out my stories by the month. So we have any other like fall related? Summer, what does it say? fall in love with moments. That's kind of cute. Today was a lovely day, so very thankful. That's kind of nice too. Love this season. That doesn't make any sense for what I'm doing. October memories. October, I kind of like October looks like this. How would you fit on that circle? I even kind of like that layered on there. No, I don't want hard because it's hard. Okay, did I have any other? Happy Halloween, October stories. Stories matter. That one had like this like leaf. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, let's try. We're gonna try something. We'll see how it works. We'll see what we think. I'll leave those out. Okay. So the stamp pockets are from, you can get them in a couple different places. You can get them on Allie's website. You can get them on Everyday Explorers. You can also get them on Studio Calico. So they are the plastic sleeves, I guess, for, which one are you? The plastic sleeves. Shoot. Which one is which? You are 20, okay, you go to you. Anyway, yes, so that must be, okay, so you must be 18, 19, 22. I feel like that's not 19. I feel like that's 20. Okay, did I just put something wrong? Back wrong. Oh no, okay. No. Yes. Okay. There we go. Like, that is not correct. All right. Here we go. This is 1918. There we go. Okay. Okay. Back to what I was saying. So, yes, you can get them on any of those websites. I think they come as a pack of 8. They're not like crazy cheap or anything, but they're really nice and sturdy, and I like the way that they feel in store. So I like to use them for that reason. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna like play around here for a hot second. I know that I don't really want the stamping to show outside of the pocket, so I want to keep this down towards the bottom. I'm thinking I can do maybe like maybe the yellow. Do I have gray? I do have gray and black. I think that's what I'll use here. I also have orange. No, I think I'm going to stick with these as color scheme. So I want to do the circle with the October looks like this on top. And what else was I going to do? That, and, oh, the leaves, these. So I think I'll do gray, yellow, black. And we'll just see how this looks. Maybe I should test it. That would be the wise thing to do, right? Okay, let's just get a piece of paper and we'll test what this looks like on a piece of paper. So I'm gonna go gray for this circle. This is the Ellie Edwards, whatever it's called. You know what, I kind of want a fatter piece than that. Unless, is this the same? It is the same width. So let's just pretend. All right. Lower. Okay, so that would be the circle. You can go in there. You can go on. Do you fit? Please fit. You do. Good, 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 good. All right, so then if I do yellow. How do I want you to be on here? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. October looks like this. Okay. Sure. Let's do it. I think it looks good enough. Okay, so assembly line time. So I'm just going to do them all the same. So we're going to go circle. When I am stamping things like this, that's generally what I do. I just pull a bunch of things out and I'm like, all right, what can I like throw together that kind of looks like it goes together? Maybe. And then go for it. Don't think too hard. Okay. Plus it gives me a reason to use some of my stamps. Okay, and clean it off. You go back. All right, so there is one. So that's gray. Okay, so Otter Rock. This one is also Allie. It's Honeyman. It's my favorite yellow. She has another one too that's called Niskawen, I think. It's a lighter yellow. This one I just love because it's got that mustardy. It's a bit bright, but it's real mustardy, and I love it. So do that, and that. This makes me think a little bit of the corn stalks, which is why I am using the leaf pattern here. This one came from, so the leaf came from the September Stories by the Month kit or stamp set from 2019. The circle was from last year's, so 2021 Cocoa Daisy Halloween. And then the last one that says October looks like this is from the 2021 Stories by the Month October. One of the nice things with the Stories by the Month kits is if you physically buy them, as you collect them, you get a lot of stamp sets through the years that work really nicely together. So you can pull out, you know, all of your October ones, and then you can generally find ways to combine them to make some kind of layered sentiment. Which if you're, you know, if you're feeling uneasy about combining stamps and how do you make a layered stamp, that's a really good place to start, is just taking a bunch that have the same theme or they're made for the same month, because the sentiments and the icons and those sort of things will generally go together a little nicer. Okay, so that gives us some decoration on these tags that makes them less boring when we pull them out. It's like a little surprise in there. All right, so I'm gonna throw all of these stamps back on my table behind me. This one layout is taking me forever, but honestly, this is fun. I'm really enjoying this one. It's crafty, but in a contained kind of way. I like it. I like it. It's also because I didn't have all of my decisions made before turning the camera on today. All right, so let's get some twine. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, good enough. And we can do that. What are you all having for dinner tonight? What's on your menu for dinner? I was in charge of meal planning this week. Erin and I trade, so sometimes we'll trade the day, sometimes we'll trade the week, meaning like, you know, we'll each take a couple days and cook dinner, and then the next, you know, the other person cooks a couple days of the week, and then sometimes we do the full week. So like this week I did the meal planning and I'm doing the cooking. Next week I'm going to be like, your turn to him. It'll be his turn. Anyway, so tonight I am making one of my favorites. It's a honey mustard chicken that you make on the stovetop with potatoes and green beans. And you cook everything in the same pot and it just is super delicious. Love it. What are you all making for dinner tonight? Or having, if you're not making, what are you having for dinner tonight? Pot roast. Yum. Taking your dad to Portillo's for Italian beef. Beef before he leaves. Yum. That sounds delicious, Millie. Okay, so here we go. Final touches on this one, on this forever long one. Actually, I think I'm going to put journaling first. So put journaling inside, and then we'll do the different photos. Like so. Okay, so that is that one, which is going in the book. Super love this page. That might be one of my favorites. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do one more that's going to go here, and then I'll have a finishing page with the, you know, this pattern will go here, the same that I have on the front. I wanted the front and the back to match. So I'll do that. And then over the weekend, I will tape everything back to back, put it in the book, and then volume 1 will be done. The nice thing about getting all the way to story 17, where is my pile of stories? Here they are. Nope. The nice thing about getting all the way to story 17 in volume 1 is now I have a little bit more wiggle room for Halloween. And like last year, I ended up with a couple of layouts that were documenting our Halloween activities. So most likely that'll be the same this year because we do a lot on the actual day. And I don't want to limit it. Plus I want to do a special page that is featuring Jonah's costume. So yeah. All right, so story 17 is going to be so much quicker than that last one. So much quicker. Okay, this is my high contrast colors. That is what we are documenting. For this particular layout, I went online on Pinterest and I searched for high contrast colored art. Because a lot of times that's where I find, or that's what I find inspires me the most, is when I'm looking at art and seeing how can I translate that into a layout. So I found this one, and it essentially was this. It was this circle minus the title, and it was on a plain background, and that was it. And it was just simple, and it was beautiful. I loved it. So I was like, how can I take that and make it into a layout? Now, one of the things I searched as I was looking on, now I made my own prompts, right? So I should know what high contrast means. But I did another layout earlier this month that was monotone. So I was like, well, what's the difference between monotone and high contrast? Monotone is generally the same color, different variations of the same color. So you could have like black and shades of gray and white, and that's very monotone. Versus high contrast, you can do black and white because those are the two extremes of color, right? But you can also do other colors in there too. So generally when I was looking at definitions, it said that it was like the most saturated, brightest tones, or the most extreme tones of the colors. So you won't necessarily see like bright orange and another version of orange and another version of orange. Those become, they call it like mid contrast or low contrast. So the more tones of the same color that are included in a layout, the lesser of a contrast there is. Does that make sense? So for this one, what I did is I wanted my background to be not stark white because I wanted the white and black to really stand out for the stripe. So I've got this super deep orange color, black and white, and then the black title. Then for the pieces that will go inside of this, which I'm going to turn this into a pocket, I also have the brightest of the colors. So like a really deep purple and then another orange, which matches the same orange here, and this bright green. So bright colors, trying to minimize the variation of those colors and keep it to just whatever the extreme is. In amongst these potion bottles that I printed out, I also printed out the CVS pain and fever medication for children and the CVS cough medicine for children, because my story is about Jonah not feeling well. So my title, Elixirs and Potions, is reminiscent of medicine being a potion or an elixir. So that's what we're doing today. It's kind of fun. What? Millie, you had filet mignon yesterday? You're dining like a queen over there. What in the world? Yesterday we had sloppy joes. Yum, homemade sloppy joes. I have the best sloppy joe recipe. It's my favorite. So I made that yesterday with mac and cheese, which is always a safe bet with the kids. I was very impressed that Izzy actually ate her sloppy joe. That doesn't often happen. And then the leftovers for that we use on hot dogs. So kind of like a coney dog, but I tongue-in-cheek call them sloppy dogs because it's sloppy joes. All right, I'm gonna see if I've got a circle cutter that will allow me to cut that out smoothly without having to do it by hand. So let's move you for a moment. I have these older Creative Memories circle trimmer things. I've pulled them out before. You guys have seen them before. So there's like different blade lengths, and then it's probably going to be that one. That's what I need, and then I need that cutting mat also. So, because that will make life a million times easier. So I just need to position this in the middle as much as possible. Probably like that. Okay, and see which one we need. Ooh, pizza for dinner. We love to make and eat pizza for dinner all the time. Dinner at friends. Excited to hang out. Grilled steaks, asparagus, and salad. Yum. All right. How do you fit? Nope, you are too close. So red is not right. I think it's going to be green. I think green's in the middle. Yep, it's going to be green. I should probably double check all the different sides. Yep, we're good. Okay, so this has like two little prongs that stick into the groove, and then you can just go around the circle. And it cuts it out. So it does leave a little bit of a white border around the outside. I think I'm okay with that. Then I've got, let's put that away so nobody hurts themselves. Okay, so then this is going to go here in the middle, like that, which I think it just looks really good. Really good. I probably could have made it a little bit smaller, but you know, it's okay. All right, so then I want to trim the pocket off, or the bottom, what's going to become the pocket, right at this middle divider, like that. Okay, so how we're gonna make this work is I want to first figure out where is the center of my page. We are 8 inches, so it'd be 4, so it'd be like, actually, what I could probably do is just stick this kind of in the middle and adhere the top down. Like that. Maybe what I want to do is use this that I never ever use. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 is gonna go right there. This is a T ruler. Actually, that looks about right. Okay, and line it up here. Looks probably like that. Press it down. Okay, so there's the top part. The bottom part I am going to stitch on because that's going to be a pocket for all my potion bottles to go inside of. So, sewing machine. Can get rid of this. My craft room is always a disaster after these lives because when I film videos, when I film process videos, I'll clean as I go because I can just edit all of that time out. Like nobody knows that I've cleaned and all that stuff. But when I'm live, I don't do that because that would waste your time. So it's always a giant mess when I'm done for the day. And I usually spend, because we end at 3 and then Izzy's school gets out at 3:30. So I usually have like 15 minutes before I have to go get her, and I spend that whole time just cleaning. Okay. There's that. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to stitch the circle here onto the page, the half circle, the bottom part of the circle. So let's do that, and then we can work on the bottles. You know what? I do have since we are doing high contrast, instead of using gold, I actually have orange. So maybe I'll stick that in here. Wrong way. So we'll stick that in here, and that way it's orange on orange and it's harder to see the difference between them. So we'll go orange. Nope. And then I'll have something new to use in here too, because I usually just use whatever's inside. It's already threaded in, you know. Oh, did I get that? No. I was about to be really impressed. Did I get it on the first try? Yeah, right. The gold thread, yes. Okay, there we go, actually. Not so shabby. Okay. Just let me have enough on the bottom. I need to make a trip to a Joann's soon because I would like to get some more thread. I'm running low on my threads. I don't even have white. Out of white. Okay, here we go. I'm going to stitch around the outside of this circle. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, throw this to the side and trim this off, and then we've got a pocket. Okay, so I've got elixirs and potions. Now, and I'm going to put my number right here in the bottom of the pocket, is my plan. Okay, so next what I want to do is go ahead and cut these pieces out. So we're just going to quickly fussy cut them. And then I have journaling that I printed to put on the back side of the these two bottles. Like that goes to that, that goes to that. So maybe I'll do those first. Using just some precision scissors for fussy cutting. It's the easiest way to go about this. And since they're going to be back to back, probably won't perfectly match up, but that's okay. I can always trim excess off of the orange. So I think if I kind of roughly cut out the orange one, the one I really care about keeping as intact as possible is this one. Are you folded? This tape is just the bane of my existence. Okay. Don't fold. Don't be done. There we go. Okay. So. Okay, so then I can just kind of trim off any excess between the two, and it should be okay. The other bottles, I don't have anything to go on the back side. I just wanted other bottles to go into here. I also think this is really funny to have, like, it makes me laugh to have this layout where it's got these cute little designed potion bottles and then mixed into it, because these are going to be a little hidden behind all the other pieces. But to have, like, medicine bottles, it's funny. Okay, so there's that one. The other thing I like about this particular layout is it's a very much like everyday kind of story, but told in a way that feels more Halloween. Because it's potions and elixirs, and that's very like Halloweenish. But I love that it's just a regular old story, like, oh, Jonah doesn't feel good, and it's a whole thing. Nobody slept well, you know, like, it's just random storytelling, but it's fun. It's fun to put a creative spin on it. Pretty sure I was talking about this yesterday. Like I think I brought it up during the live that was like, this is an idea I have. I want to do this. Depending on what prompt I pull out, we'll see if I can make it happen. Look at that. We did it. Okay, so there's cough medicine. And then I've got a couple other ones. This one I think is from, I don't know, a digital kit that I've had for a while. Probably got it at the Lily Pad. If you like to work with digital products, I would recommend checking out the Lily Pad. So there's Lily Pad, and then there's also digital press. Especially when it comes to themed albums. So that could be an October themed album, a seasonal, like a Christmas album, or for things like Disney or, I don't know, stuff like that. You can find a lot of really cool collections in those digital stores. Okay, so there's my poison bottle. So that's where most, like these two bottles came from, some of these older digital collections. Okay. And then these ones were from the collection I made, the Frankie's Halloween collection. They're drawn by Sarah. They're super cute. These ones do have a couple different tones of the purples and the greens. So I debated picking something else instead because, you know, going for high contrast, I didn't want a ton of variation, but I just love them. They're cute. So they stay. Okay, and then one more. I also debated adding some paper or some, you know, like a washi or something to the top and the bottom of this. But I'm thinking I'm going to leave it plain because it's more true to the art piece that inspired me. So I think I'm just going to leave it blank and let the circle in the middle be the focal point. Okay, so elixirs and potions. And we just need a number to go on the bottom. Okay, so this is story 17. So I do have, that one's kind of big though. No, okay, none of those. None of those. Let's see, maybe I'll use those puffy stickers I pulled out earlier. Those will fit, and they're black, so they kind of fit in. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay, so okay, 17. All right, should I have it where all of these bottles come out, right? Right now they can all come out of the pocket, which allows you to see the circle, which I think is really cool, right? The high contrast color circle. Or should I, the problem is the pocket goes deep, right? So these can disappear down in there. So should I adhere the non-journaling bottles to the front of the pocket so they stay where they're supposed to go? What do you think? So it would be like adhering them down so they stay like that, but then these ones can move inside and out of the pocket. Ugh. What do you think? And this is gonna go in here. I can find that other page. Yeah, there it is. You are the one I need. Okay, and then for the book itself. And this is gonna go next to this pattern too, which I think is kind of nice. Okay. Is this the right size? No, I think I did slightly less. Whatever I trimmed this one to. What size are you? You are 4.75 by 8. 4.75 by 8. I'll trim that down real quick. Oh my gosh, the disaster. Yeah, you think so, Terry? Do you think I should? I think I'm leaning towards that, towards like just keeping those ones adhered. Maybe I will. It'll prevent everything from moving around in there too. 4.75 by 8. Okay, so then that goes over here. Oh, I probably should have made that just a hair wider. Dang it. Well, whatever. It is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and stick that on there. Tape. Ugh, the things. Okay, tape. Tape. Yeah, I think I'm going to. All right, so we'll stick those down. And then I think that's probably all I have time for today. If I didn't have to go pick Izzy up, I would totally just keep on going and do the next one too, number 18. I will at least show you what 18 is going to be. And I have a question. So this is going to be the last page in volume 1. So for volume 2, I am going to be using, do I have the other album close by? I should. I think it's in here. Yes. Okay. So this is, I have to unspiral it, which isn't that hard to do. But this is my next one. So I am debating between, do I do another opening page for that album too, kind of like I did on this one, or do I just jump right into the story? Okay, so there's the inside of that cover. So for this one, I opened with just a picture, this October Stories, and just left it like that. For the very first story I've got for this one, it's just a 1 page. So I could essentially open it directly to that 1 page. But I'm not using that. But I don't know if that feels awkward to open up, you know, and not have like an intro. So, which I'll pull out. I'm going to show you what the page is going to look like. I think I want you to go like, yeah, like right there. Oops, just a little bit at the bottom. Once I get this in here, I'll show you. Like that. That and you. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, whoops, shoot. Stay. Okay, so then these just kind of go in here. This is funny. Yeah. So there's my, I think it's just, it makes me laugh that they're like real. Yeah, I like that better over there. Real bottles of medicine. It's funny. Okay, so that's number 17. So that will go here as the very last page, and then it closes out. Bam. So there is volume 1. Now, let me show you what I've got for my first story inside of this, and then you guys can help me. Like, what do I think? Do I need some kind of opening page? I don't know. The inside of this one is going to be, where did I put that? It's going to be this pattern, like this, but I've got a bigger piece of it because I want it to cover this little edge. But it's going to be this pattern. So we've got that for the one side. My prompt for this story for number 18 is cut files, or a cut file. So I'm actually going to be using one of Ashley Horton's new cut files from this year, which is the October Reads, and I'm going to do a layout about books, essentially. So I have the cut file backed. It's ready to go. I just need to add in my books. I'm going to make this so they flip out and you can see the review for the books. I've got some like ephemera pieces I already picked out to put on the bookshelf with the books, right? So like here's all the little book titles that will go inside of those. They will go on top of a little piece of paper folded in half like that. So then it opens, and then inside I can put my review for the book that I read. So that's going to be my first page opening into the book. And I'll probably put some washi on here just to spruce it up, that sort of thing. So I could just have it be, you know, story 18. You just jump in and it's number 18. Millie, like you said, I could put like volume 2 over here. I could even repeat the same design element that I did before. So I had that October Stories gold foil. So I could repeat that on the inside cover and do, you know, do one of the, I can even do the exact same. I've got more of those. So I could do the tag, the label, What else did I have on there? Where'd that go? All right, so if I've got this, there's one of those. So I could repeat this same look. And then I could do, like right over in this corner, I could maybe put in some stickers that say volume 1, and then put some stickers down here that say volume 2. That's an option. And then it ties them together, right? That's kind of what I'm struggling with. So I've got like, ooh, like it's just a bunch of hocus pocus, so I could literally do the same thing. And then just start with that. I think I like that. Okay. All right, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Cool. I wanted to ask you guys and your opinions, because if I needed another photo, then I would have printed that out. But I think you're right, that it just jump right in. I don't need to introduce it twice. So, but I'm gonna repeat this because I think that will help the two go together. I think that'll be good. All right, so tomorrow we are going to be live here after the Craft the Story live. So I'm going to be working with the November Stories by the Month kit. I've got 3 layouts that I've designed. So depending on time, you know, I'll do however many of those I can. So I'm doing that on the Craft the Story Facebook page from noon, so 12 o'clock, probably until like 1:15. And then we're going to jump on here to finish up this page, the October Reads, which is Ashley Horton, which is the Cut Shop, is her shop. So the Cut Shop. And it's SHOPPE. Anyway, so we'll finish this one and then we'll work on the story for today. And we'll get both of those done and then we'll be into the weekend. Let me go ahead and pull out my prompt for today. Also, tomorrow it's supposed to finally not be dark and dreary. Because I feel like it's just so dark in here in my room. So it'll be nice to have some sunshine again. Okay, so prompt for today is vellum. That's actually really good because I have a ton of those vellums from the Ali Edwards kits that I have not used. So vellum is going to be the design prompt. Cool. All right, friends. Well, thanks for hanging out with me while I took forever to make that first story and then the second one. So we've got, depending on when you jumped in here, push all that to the side. I've got this one that we worked on, so 16 with pockets and everything pulls out, and then 17, which is the elixirs and potions, which is much more simple. This one took way less time than that one, but this one's so fun. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And that completes volume 1. So I will bind this up over the weekend and then do some kind of flip through of volume 1. I think if it ends up, just PS, if it ends up, it probably will, like it'll come down a little bit. I think it'll buckle. It'll slightly buckle when it's on there, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So that's 17 stories in one book. So I'm happy with that. All right. Well, friends, until we are together again tomorrow, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, see you all in the next live video. Bye, friends.